sure. Or
Ladies and gentlemen, we are live in Michigan for the Michigan Unclean Water 50. Today's race is going to be 50 laps in the 2013 Cup cars around Michigan. Right now you're watching practice. We got about 10 minutes left here in practice. Afterwards we're going to jump right into qualifying, and then after that we're going to get to racing. In the meantime, I'll let you tune in and watch some qualifying, or I'm sorry, some practicing, and maybe we'll have some time for a few interviews. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are back, and you'll see on the boards here, you might notice Carter Hutchinson is making his debut tonight. Unfortunately, Cody Moore, driver of the 40 car beforehand, was fired over the weekend, and the team was really in a scramble for a driver, and they looked up in the booth, and Carter Hutchinson is now their guy. And you can see he's doing a great job. He is currently second on the leaderboard. Maybe this whole racing thing is easier than we thought. You know, if you can go straight from the booth down to the track, Carter Hutchinson might have something for him. Looks bad fast right now. He doesn't junk that 71 car above him. That's Brianna Lavin, sorry. Better look out. Carter is a dirty driver. One of the dirty, and as you can see, he smokes the wall right on cue. One of the dirtiest drivers I know, Carter Hutchinson. So I just hope those guys out there have their safety equipment all ready to go. But in the meantime here, as you can tell on our leaderboard here, we got about 6.5 minutes left. So we're gonna pull up some guys for an interview. I'm gonna be up here in the booth all by myself. Blake Hutchinson here in the booth. We're gonna start it off. Let's see who we got. We're gonna pull in last week's winner, Brian Samara. Brian Samara was bad fast over the weekend. He pulled out an easy win. Afterwards, he had a lot of good things to say about his team. A lot of the competitors weren't too happy with his teammate, though, JT Tinker, who threw one of the dirtiest blocks I've ever seen. And then he doored Ethan Halsey, threw him in the infield. Ethan hung on and somehow finished second after driving through the grass. But I'm going to go ahead and pull him up here and see if we can get a feel and see how BCI is doing. Hey, Brian, it's Blake in the booth. You read me?
I got you. What's going on?
Oh, not much. You know, I'm just up here by myself today. My usual partner, Carter Hutchinson, is actually out on the track right now. So just wanted to see what you were thinking about tonight's race.
Well, it's going to be a fun one. These cars are a lot of fun to drive. Real handful down here. It's going to be a good race out here. You know, we got that 40 car. Instead of Cody this week, we got Carter. That'll be a pretty good driver right there, I think.
And next thing I want to ask you, this whole drama around that whole situation, what do you think of Cody Moore being flat out fired? Last week he was suspended. That's why he wasn't at the race. And then he just got the boot. And they called in Carter Hutchinson. And he's out there right now. What do you think of that?
Yeah, it's a shame for the league. Cody's a good competitor. It should allow some other cars to win, though. So I'll take that.
Yeah, well, it's great to hear. Who do you think the favorite tonight is?
I'm gonna go with JT this week. Actually, you know, he said some things about some of the drivers' families in Discord over the weekend here. Oh. So we'll see how that goes. See how they take to that on the racetrack. But he's gonna be mean out there tonight.
Oh, well, it's funny you say that because JT's actually going to be our next interviewee, and I had no clue that he did that about the drivers' families. That's crazy.
Yeah, he's pretty fired up about some of them things that they were saying about him, but you know how Twitter is, and he took that kind of personal. So we'll see how that goes.
Oh man, I sure hope everything's all right between them.
Well, I'm not sure how that'll end up going, but you know, we got that Edwards racing set up in the car tonight. It's pretty good. It's a handful, but I'm happy with it. It's gonna be a lot of fun.
Oh man, I'm sure as long as you guys can handle that car, I mean, you'll have a hell of a shot to win tonight if you got Edwards racing set up under the hood.
Oh yeah, there's some awesome setups. It'll be a good shot at winning this thing tonight with them.
All right, well, we appreciate your time, and we'll let you get back to practice.
All right, thank you, sir.
All right, good luck. Oh, that was Brian Samara. He gave us some interesting info about his teammate JT Tinker. And that's crazy that he happened to say that, because JT actually is going to be our next guy we pull up here. Right now, let's take a look here, see what's going on in practice. Speaking of JT, he actually just put up the second quick time there. Past Carter Hutchinson, right behind Brianna Lavin. It's actually pretty quick today, he's looking, but I'm going to go ahead and pull JT up here and see what he's got to say. Sounds like there might have been some drama online in the Twitter universe. JT, is Blake up in the booth? You copy me?
I got you. What's going on?
Oh, not much. You know, I just pulled up your car owner and teammate, Brian Samara, and he had some interesting info and said something happened online between you and some of the other drivers over the weekend.
It wasn't between the other drivers. There was some comments made about I need to worry about the families when I make moves like I did at past weekend at Daytona. And honestly, I don't give a damn about their families. Like, they know the risks. And honestly, I mean, if their daddy dies, who cares? I mean, it just makes them stronger in the long run. So I'm here to do one thing, and that's to win. I don't really care about anyone else has to say. Mr. Am, you know, of Amco, just put a lot of money on this season for me and my team to come out here and compete. So that's what we're going to do.
Oh, wow. That's brutal words to hear, but I mean, I totally get it. You know, these guys are out here to win, and sometimes you got to put things aside and focus on what's important. And it sounds to me like winning's important to you.
That's all I care about, is I bin it immediately. But it's cool. We got another fast backup here, and we're gonna dominate this race. I honestly believe it. We have good speed. I show a lot of speed here at 2 miles, and like I said, I don't give a damn about anybody. I'm here to win. That's all I'm here to do. And if people have a problem with that, I'll just move them out the way.
Well, I mean, that basically answers my next question. I was going to ask you who you think the favorite is tonight, but it sounds to me like you're thinking you're the favorite.
Absolutely. If as long as the number does not end with 3, watch out.
Well, interesting words to hear here from JT Tinker. Well, we appreciate your time up here, and good luck out there.
Okay, thank you so much. I look forward to this win.
All right. JT Tinker with some crazy words right there. I was not expecting to hear that from BCI. It sounds like JT got into it a little bit over the weekend, and he's not too happy, and he doesn't really care about the other drivers and what they have to say. So, looking at the boards right now, looks like we're down. We got about a minute left of practice. Then we're going to hop into qualifying. Right now, you're watching the 165 car. That's a terrible number. I mean, Mark Tremblay, 165. I mean, I'm automatically going to assume that guy's going to be in the back because they don't give the number 165 to anybody that's fast. But right now on the leaderboards, we're looking at Brianna Lavin still on the quick time spot. JT Tinker second. Carter Hutchinson shocking the world, only 0.18 off the lead. He's in third place. Carter might have something for him today. Speaking of which, we're going to pull up one more interviewee, and it's going to be a familiar voice. Former announcer Carter Hutchinson's going to come on up here. Carter, it's Blake up in the booth. You copy me?
Yep, I got coffee.
Oh, well, so tell the fans about what happened. How come you're out on the track right now instead of up here with me?
Well, pretty much, Cody Moore, he was too fast in the truck last week, and his teammates just weren't that fast, and he punched him in the mouth and told his team he's leaving because you guys are a joke.
Wow. So do you think that'll affect his Truck Series championship run?
I don't think so. I mean, he said he's just pure dominant, so I don't believe so.
Wow, we're getting a lot of that lately. I mean, I'm not sure if you've heard of what's going on in the world on Twitter with JT Tinker, but have you heard of anything what's going on with all that?
No, I missed it. What happened?
Well, JT, he over the weekend, some drivers were talking about how his dirty block at the end of the race was just terrible, and he needs to start thinking of their families and this and that. And JT
Wow.
just flat out told them like he doesn't care about their families, and he's here to win.
Well, I'll change that tonight.
Oh wow, are you gonna maybe retaliate a little bit?
I'm just gonna show you that I'm gonna jack around this first half with these clowns, and I'm gonna win this thing.
Well, I mean, at first I kind of thought it was a joke you were down there, but I looked up at the leaderboard, and I mean, you're one of the fastest cars out there, so I really think you got a good shot.
Yeah, I mean, I literally woke up, chugged about 15 Red Bulls. I'm ready to go.
All right, well, looks like qualifying's underway, so I guess we'll go ahead and let you get out there and set
Yeah,
quick
you
time.
better see. I'll set quick time here in about 2 seconds.
Oh, and you heard it here first, folks. Carter Hutchinson is guaranteeing quick time, and his first time in one of these cars. All
Pretty
right,
much.
Carter. Well, good luck down there. Stay safe. JT likes throwing those dirty
Oh,
blocks.
I just spun out.
Oh,
Junking cars out here.
Not a good sign. All right, Carter. Well, good luck. That was Carter Hutchinson. Like I said, this is his first time in one of these 2013 Cup cars. These things are a lot faster than the current Cup cars. You call them the next-gen cars. They have a lot more horsepower. I don't have the exact numbers on me, but they're a lot quicker. So looking at the leaderboard here, just a couple of cars have made laps, so basically ignore that right now. But it looks like Aaron Poplin and Brian Samara rushed out there with BCI, and they got their first laps in. So we're going to see what happens. Right now we're watching Justin Rosma. Sorry if I mispronounced that, but I don't believe Justin was here last week. He was probably wanting to save his car. You know how the Daytona is, it's a crash fest. A lot of these guys really don't want to tear their equipment up. It's a long season, and a lot of these guys are on a low payroll, and Justin's one of those guys. This guy barely got enough money together to form a team, and he's out there racing. Right now, he's a little bit in the back, but I think Justin's got a good shot. Right now, you're looking at Taylor Litzenberger and Jesse Becker. Both of them going around. You're going to see our camera moving around a lot. But all you need to know is the leaders are on the top there. Speaking of which, Jesse Becker just popped into third there. Oh, we got a spin there. Carson George into the wall. Carson George is going to have to go to a backup car already. How do you lose it like that in qualifying? And Taylor Litzenberger into the wall on qualifying. What are these guys doing? And we got Franklin Warner. I don't know what he's doing. He's down on the apron. But I'm not going to challenge Franklin Warner. That guy's incredible. He's just pure excellence out there, you know. Anytime I've been watching Franklin Warner, like, he's always in the front. I don't think he's ever been in the back. He doesn't even know the feeling. And you see Carter Hutchinson back to 7th right now. Ooh, maybe back to 8th. He might have had a fluke lap in practice, folks. He's not looking very good. We still got about 6 minutes left here in qualifying. Some of these guys are still going around making their last lap. Franklin Warner looks like he's done. Franklin qualified near the back, but you know, it's a long race. There's 50 laps out there. It's a long 50 laps. He knows that if he just coasts around, some of these guys are going to wreck. He's going to be fine. And out, we still got a few circling the track. There's Brianna Lavin. Brianna was quick time in practice, so I'm really looking for a top 3 here for the 71 car. This guy can really wheel a race car. Bad fast. The GoDaddy car. Once they got Danica Patrick out of that car, they finally found some speed. Got Carson George bringing up the pack in 12th, by the way. 71 car crossing, I believe that was their first lap. And they're 2nd place right now for the first lap. Not bad. We'll see if they can improve upon that. They're 10th behind Brian Samara, last week's winner at Daytona. He's at least splitting up BCI a little bit. BCI cars include Brian Samara, Aaron Poplin, and the hated JT Tinker. JT, I just couldn't believe those shots he's putting out about the other people's families. Like, come on. That's I don't know. It's crazy to hear. I've never heard anything like that in motorsports. Brianna Lavin crosses for the 2nd lap, and it looks like the first lap's going to be best, and they'll be sitting in 2nd place. We got Carter Hutchinson in 9th. Pretty far off quick time that he guaranteed, but not too bad. You know, he's got a few guys behind him. We got anybody else out there? We might be just about done with qualifying. It might be all the cars here. Let me pull up my other view. Andrew May, I'm sorry. Looks like he hasn't gone out there yet. Not sure what he's waiting for. Might be having some issues. There he goes on pit road. We're going to watch him live, folks. And the best way to watch live is in the Hutchinson Motorsports cockpit view. There he is live. You got a live feed in the car. Getting up to speed. A lot of pressures on this man right now. The whole world's watching him with this live Hutchinson Motorsports feed. He's trying to get them tires warmed up, ready to go for this qualifying run. He's got an uphill battle here. You know, we got Brian Samara ran a 39.1, which is bad fast. I mean, it's obvious. Brian Samara has a Edwards racing setup under his hood. He's gonna be tough to beat. Crossing the start finish here. We're gonna see how he's looking. Running high. You know what? It looks like he might just be burning this lap. Trying to get his tires nice and warm for a 2nd lap. On the backstretch. As you know, Andrew May is the last qualifier. Last guy to get out there on the track. So he knows exactly what he needs to do. Alright, coming around. This is going to be the important run here. Getting momentum for this last lap. We're going to see where he finishes in this first lap. I don't think the first lap's going to be very good for him. Like I said, I just think he was trying to get a run. But it really puts pressure on the 2nd lap. Right now, you see him in last place, but like I said, he's got all the pressure. If he hits the wall, it's over, though. In this series, if you touch the wall in qualifying, your lap automatically gets eliminated. So there is no Ross Chastain in qualifying here. Boy, this man has some balls of steel to run up there. With this one qualifying lap he gets, if he touches that wall, he's starting dead last. This might be a pretty good lap right here. Andrew Mai has been really looking forward to this race. Crossing the line where we got. And it might still be enough for last place. But that's all right. He's got a lot of experience. So he's right where he wants to be. Bringing up the rear with 14 cars in tonight's race. So we got a pretty decent turnout here for Michigan and these old school 2013 Cup cars. We got about 1 minute to go before the race grid starts. Qualifying wrapping up here. Tonight's race is going to be 50 laps around Michigan Speedway here. I believe we have, now don't, hang on, let me double check how many quick repairs and all that we have. We've got 2 fast repairs. And the tires, I'm not sure if somebody could reach me up in the booth and let me know how many sets of tires our racers are getting. That would be wonderful, because I have no clue. Andrew pulling in here. Pretty disappointed. His crew chief's giving him an earful right now. He is not happy. They're going to have some work to do starting in dead last. But thankfully, this man has more experience in this league than anybody. So if anybody can do it, it's him. The only problem, he's got some dirty drivers to get around. He's going to have to get past Carter Hutchinson, one of the dirtiest drivers I've ever seen. And then as well as JT Tinker, who, as you guys heard, I mean, you heard it live. This man literally doesn't care. So he's out here to win. Nothing else really matters to him. We're gonna start the gridding process here right now. As you'll see this live view from our Hutchinson Motorsports cameras, look at this beautiful day. It might be December and we might be in Michigan. You're usually used to, you know, Michigan being known for being a cold place, being a dump, just a terrible place to live. But actually, it's not too bad out here today. Beautiful weather. Great place to be. There's no other place I'd rather be in Michigan than the racetrack. We're going to go to our Hutchinson Motorsports blimp. We got our cars gridding up. You see them right there, getting in their starting order. And look at this wonderful racetrack. It's crazy that they built such a great racetrack in such a terrible place. Michigan, it's I don't know, it's just a place that's not to be desired, is what they'll say. They're not known for great drinking water, a lot of things to do. I mean, Detroit's known as one of the worst cities in America, but they got a hell of a racetrack here, and that's why we're here. And as soon as this race is over, we're going to get the hell out of here. We're not staying too long. We got everybody just about gridded up here. Hopefully we can get started soon. There's our pace car. Tonight's broadcast is brought to you by the fastest racing setups in iRacing. Edwards Racing Setups, where the setups are not only world record speed, but they're free. I don't know how this guy does it. Making free setups, I mean, I just don't know how he's not going broke. All the work he puts in to get these setups done. You know, these guys, they have to constantly test these setups on real race cars, wearing down tires, wearing down motors, but the guy just doesn't care. He's just putting out free setups for the world. But you see there, the pace car's taking off here. We're going to focus on our leader right now. Brian Samara. You can't get this guy out of the front row. I swear, he was there all day last week at Daytona. He won it. Won it after his teammate JT Tinker threw the dirtiest block in the history of this league. A lot of these racers aren't very happy with JT. JT might have a rough day. Not only because that dirty block, but the stuff he said online to all these drivers, and he said it on air in front of a national audience. I mean, you heard him, guys. Again, he just flat out doesn't care about the families. And you see there, what's that? The 81 car. Is that the 81? I'm sorry, I'm having trouble here. Who we got starting 5th here? Okay, that's right. Ethan Halsey's in that wonderful. That's the Coors Light Silver Bullet skin. That's the old Sterling Marlin skin. That was my favorite racer. What a great time to be a race fan. these skins are wonderful. We got 1 lap to green. Let's see if we still have time to hop into our stand-ins here. I'm sorry I got a little late here. But on the pole, we got Brian Samara. Brianna Lavin in second.
Green, green, green.
We're going green. We don't have time. Going green. Green flag drops here at Michigan Motor Speedway. Oh, sorry. Hang on here. Let me fix that. There we go. Out front, we got our pole sitter, Brian Samara. Nothing's changing right now, but that high line looks to be coming in. Brianna Lavin blows by him. We got a new leader. We got a little mix-up in the field. One into the wall. Down in the inside, we got a wreck. Our first caution after one corner. Let's go back to this this replay here. To our Hutchinson Motorsports replay. Hang on here. Having a little issues here. We're gonna go backwards. See what happened here. I missed it. Nice and easy here. Almost there. I don't want to miss it here. My software isn't working right. All right, let's see if we can see what happens here. I don't know. We might have just missed it, folks. I'm sorry. It's not cooperating up here. Let's see if our Hutchinson Motorsports chopper might be able to. Nope. We're live. All right, we're going to see who's in the back, and that'll tell us who was involved in the accident. We got Carson George in 12. It might have involved him. We're having some issues here. We're having some camera difficulties here. The Hutchinson Motorsports cameras are kind of letting us down today. But they came in clutch last week, but not today. While these guys circle around, I don't think anybody's going to be going in the pits. I'm going to see if we can find this wreck. Here it is. All right, we found it, folks. And that looks to be Aaron Poplin. Let's get a little closer view here. See what happened in our first wreck. 63 car. We're going to get a rear chase view. Just goes up, slams into the wall, and loses it. It looks like it was just a one-car accident, thankfully, but Aaron Poplin, he went too hard in, and he's out now. You see him in pit road here. That's a live view. Let's go to our leaders here. There we are, we're live now. Brianna Lavin taking the lead there on the first lap. Looked bad fast down in turn 1 and 2. Came out, took the lead on the backstretch, and then the caution comes out. Right now, let's go back in the field a little bit. See what's happening. We got Carter Hutchinson. Came up in this booth up here. Was pretty cocky, and he's in dead last right now, aside from Aaron Poplin. Carter Hutchinson does not look like he deserves to be out there. They might be begging Cody Moore to come back next week if Carter keeps this up. There's the in-car view. Carter, if you can hear us, we are in the cockpit right now. Give us a little swerve. If you can hear me, warm them tires up for us. Well, he must not be listening to the booth here. Well, he's trying to stay focused, but it's not working for him. He's running in the back. There's Carter Hutchinson's car. Let's see how his car looks a little bit. Pretty basic paint scheme. Pretty ugly. Just a black car. I mean, you can tell this man was pulled out of the booth to race. Has 0 sponsors, it looks like. All right, we're going to go back up front here to the fast people. Get Carter out of the picture here. All right, so we're back up front there. The 71 car, Brianna Lavin, is your leader. Looks like they've chose the high line. The high line looks to be bad fast right here. We should be going green here shortly. But since we're going green, we're gonna do a little bit of something we might have missed earlier. I think our diehard NASCAR fans know what I'm about to do. A little something called crank it up. Using our Hutchinson Motorsports
Set quick timer.
We are about to drop the green flag here
Quick time.
as our leader, Brianna Lavin,
Green, green,
takes us
green.
across. We drop the green flag. Let's crank it up. Wow, these motors are incredible. And Brianna Lavin is pulling away. It has the fastest car out of the track, and it's obvious. Doesn't have to worry about a draft like Daytona last weekend. He's just putting it on them. Pulling away. I don't think anybody has anything. This race is basically over here. We're only on lap 5 of 50. But oh my, what are these guys going to do? He might lap the field. Incredible.
Set quick timer.
We might have to drop back in the field so you guys can watch a little bit of race action, because you're not going to see much if we just stay on our leader all race. Let's drop back a little bit, see what we got going on. We're going to see what JT Tinker's doing back here. JT's in 6th. Looks to be driving clean so far. Even after before the race, talking all that smack. Oh, almost got into the back of his teammate there. 53 cars, Brian Samara. That's not only his teammate, that's his car owner. That's definitely not somebody he wants to wreck. He's kind of caught. We're kind of 3 wide here in Michigan. That's pretty crazy. We're 3 wide. 2 cars not giving him a lot of room. 2 cars running him up a little bit. Puts him up near his car owner. JT into the wall after the 2 car doesn't give him much room. Taylor Litzenberger into the 53, and he goes around. Well, you know, he wasn't involved in that wreck, but I must say the 2 car caused that one. Didn't really give JT any room. Forced JT up the track, which forced Brian Samara on the brakes, and then Taylor Litzenberger, the 5 car, goes into him and goes for a spin. It looks like he's going to be using one of his fast repairs. So let's try to find that last wreck here. Okay, let's slow that down a little bit. We're going to go back right. Boom, gets into the wall. Oh, that was after. All right, here we go. This is a good one. All right. Here we are live with 3 wide action. It's a little early for that, but I mean, it's racing. You know, JT gets in the wall there. Ryan kind of checks up, and Taylor just kind of rams right through him and gets turned around and goes for a ride. He's going to have some serious damage to his car. I'm assuming he's going to have to use a fast repair. You know, it honestly wasn't as bad as I thought it was, but he's definitely got some serious damage. And we're back live here. Let's see what our leaders do. See if anybody wants to go into the pits here. We're only on lap 8, but I'm guessing. Oh, it looks like the leader saw everybody else trying to leave him hung out to dry, and Brianna Lavin pulls in to follow the field. We got 1, 2, 3, 4. We got 4 cars staying out. See, I believe Carter Hutchinson was one of them. Yeah, well, I don't blame him. You know, whenever you're slow as Carter is today, you may as well stay out, try and skip a pit road stop, and may as well see what you can do up front. Get some track position. You know, I mean, I don't think new tires will really help Carter. Carter's going to be up to 2nd now. And we also got the 2 car who stayed out. 2 car is going to be our new leader. 2 car today is Jeremy Daniel. Jeremy Daniel, I didn't see Jeremy out last week, but he's back here in Michigan. You know, he's here to get some of that nice drinking water they offer here in Michigan. Maybe swing by Detroit, avoid some crime if he can, if he's lucky, and hopefully get back home. It looks like Ethan Halsey is, you know what? I think our board's wrong here. You guys haven't crossed the start-finish line. Let's see where Ethan Halsey's at. Ethan's back a little bit. We had a good run off of pit road, it looks like. In that awesome-looking Silver Bullet throwback car. The 61 of Ethan Halsey. Let's get a little closer view of that. I just love that car. That brings back memories, folks. Look at that. We got the Coors Light Silver Bullet out there. Ethan's an EFR driver, Team EFR. It's Team EFR right now. Andrew Mai is part of the team. We got Bump and Run, Jesse Becker, crowd favorite. Speaking of which, we haven't really looked at Jesse yet. Let's see what he's doing. Jesse's just kind of hanging out right now, back in 7th place. His teammates of Ethan Halsey and Andrew Mai. We got 14 cars again today. We're gonna hope to go green here soon. There's your new leader, the 2-car, Justin Daniel. Jeremy Daniel, I'm sorry. Jeremy Daniel. They say this guy's a no-name, but he's putting us on blast right now. I never heard of him. He came out of nowhere. He just showed up today. He brought his own car and everything. I'm pretty sure he bought it on the way here. He bought a car, drove it straight to Michigan, and he's out here in the lead. It's that easy. Then we got Carter Hutchinson. No business being up there, but he's in 2nd place. Filling in for the recently fired Cody Moore. We're about to drop the green flag here soon. Pace car's about to go in. We're going to go back green. We're on around lap 10 or 11, I believe. Pace car's pulling in. We're going to get a good view of our start in our Hutchinson Motorsports Skycam.
Green, green, green.
The green flag's off. Carter Hutchinson gets a good start. Oh, we had a little bit of action right there. Great job avoiding the wreck, though. Really spaced out our competitor. Oh, we do have a wreck after all.
Caution.
There was a
Yellow flag.
caution. Looks like somebody missed a shift. Let's go back to our crash here. Let me switch the views here. It looks like JT Tinker's involved. Fortunately, it wasn't his fault. All right, so we had the car in 3rd there, which was Brianna Lavin. Let's go to our Lavin view here. We're gonna zoom in a tad. Let's go in the sky to our Hutchinson Motorsports chopper. And play. Green flag drops. Oh, I'm sorry, it was a 55 car over in that. I'm sorry, the 165 car. You know, I said it earlier. If you got 165 on your car, you're not fast. And this guy just kind of proved it. Just kind of choked, you know. He stayed out, got great track position. Green flag drops, and I don't know what happened. He just they call it defecating the bed. I don't know what that was. That was terrible. That was awful. This guy deserved to be number 165 after that. What a brutal start, and a lot of guys were involved in that wreck. Even though 165's car is still pretty good, we're gonna zoom out and see who all's involved. Here's our green flag. Did I miss it? We might have missed it. Yes, we did. We're going back. Don't worry, you're not missing anything. They're circling around for the caution laps again. All right, we're going to slow this bad boy down. We're going to go step by step. 165 shoots up the track, smokes Andrew Mai. Oh, and it looks like there was actually a wreck in the back. I'm sorry about that. The 165 wasn't the issue. Looks like Taylor Litzenberger was involved again. Might be using his 2nd fast repair. If he used his 1st one, I'm not sure. Green flag there. Okay, it looks like the field kind of checks up here as a 165 gets into the 20 car. Yep. We got a little bit of checking up here, and then everybody gets into each other, and it brings the 5 around. Really nobody's fault except the 165. It happens. Whenever you got a number like 165, you're trying to move up, and you're trying to get some TV time, and you're really hoping you'll be able to maybe earn a sponsor. We got a handful of cars out here on pit road. Looks like Litzenberger is trying to save that fast repair. I don't blame him. He's trying to repair his car the best he can before he gets lapped. 26 car looks to be doing the same thing. 26 is leaving. I bet, yeah, it looks like the leaders are circling back. Hopefully they don't go a lap down. Nope, looks like they'll be fine. So right now we got Carter Hutchinson on the pole. Oh yeah, Carter Hutchinson is leading the race after that great restart and the caution coming out. But unfortunately, underneath him is the fastest car on the track, Lavin, in that 71 GoDaddy car. Lavin is bad fast. I am not sure if anybody has anything for him. We're on lap 13 out of 50 here. Our guys are still pitting and whatnot. We're going to have 2 more laps before green. We got a while. Meanwhile, we're going to go ahead and switch over to our standings view. Give you a look of our live feed. Right now we got Carter Hutchinson on the pole. Carter Hutchinson normally in the booth, but just out on the track and looking good so far. But I mean, do be warned, Carter stayed out there and did not pit. That's the only reason he's in the pole, or he's in the lead right now. Second place, we got Brianna Lavin. Brianna Lavin has been our star of the show so far. Nobody's really had anything from New England, just bad fast. And don't look now. Carter Hutchinson, look in your rear view mirror. You have Jesse Bump and Run Becker from Carolina. This man simply does not care. In the 97 car, the EFR, bad fast car. Speaking of EFR, in the 4 spot, Ethan Halsey out of New York. Ethan Halsey doesn't drive like he's from New York. This man can straight up wheel. We got that silver bullet car. Sterling Marlin throwback. What a beautiful car. In the 5 spot, that brings up the wheeling and dealing Franklin Warner. This man can just flat out drive. One of the best drivers I've ever seen. Just incredible watching him behind the wheel. He's got the most steady hands I've ever seen. I just can't say enough good things about him. This man can wheel anything. I've seen him run dirt. I've seen him run GT cars, off-road. This man can just race anything. In the 6th spot, last week's winner and tonight's pole sitter, Brian Samara. Brian Samara's in the 53 car again. BCI car, teammates of Aaron Poplin and JT Tinker. Speaking of which, we got Aaron Poplin in the 7th spot. We're about to go green.
Green flag, green flag.
Green flag's dropping. We're going to switch over to our race cam. There it is. Looks like we got a clean start this time, thankfully. Carter Hutchinson's dropping like a rock. I think he went up a little bit too high there. He was just in first, and he's already about to be in 5th. Dropping back real quick. Looks like, yeah, he's just going to let him go by him here. He's really got nothing for him. You know, these guys are on newer tires. They got more talent. Better car. I mean, Carter Hutchinson stays off the wall. That was a good save there. But in the meantime, Brianna Lavin is just flat out smoking him, pulling away. The star of the show so far, 71. Oh, yep, the 71 car. Big lead already. Half a second lead. We're not even a lap into this green flag. Ethan Halsey, though, in the 2 spot. Jesse Becker is there right behind him. We got a little bit of a mix-up. Everybody's starting to settle in there in their spots in the field, except for Carter Hutchinson. Continuing to drop. Is off the pace. Carter Hutchinson, though, to be fair, is a dirt racer. He doesn't have much experience, which is why he doesn't have a sponsor. Driving that flat-out, just black, ugly 40 car. Brianna Lavin still continues to pull away a bit, up 0.6 of a second as we cross the start-finish line. Jesse Becker not far behind, 0.9 of a second. Franklin Warner up to 4th place in that green 9 car. Let's go in car to the wheeling and dealing. Franklin Hutchinson Motorsports cockpit. Ooh, we got one on the inside. Hang on. Jesse Becker saves it, though. Beautiful save by Jesse. He's going to drop back a little bit, but at least he did not go into the wall. Here's Franklin Warner. Up to 4th now after that mishap by Jesse Becker. You see the BCI car of Brian Samara right in front. You know, Michigan is just such a wide track. You got a lot of lines you can run. Franklin Warner is trying out that apron. It's a little bumpy, but it looks to be fast. But right now, you know, it's all about tire saving. You know, you got to conserve those tires. Try to make them go the whole run. If you don't, you're going to be the slowest car on the track at the end of the run. You know, that. Speaking of from Franklin Warner. He's coming out sideways. Might be going a
Caution,
little
yellow
hard.
flag.
Ooh, we got a caution already. I'm sorry about that. We got a pretty rough race so far for these guys. Go to the chopper. See if we can find what's happening. Oh, Taylor Litzenberger involved again. This man just can't catch a break, folks. Again, though, it wasn't his fault. He just keeps finding the back of cars. So let's go. Go slow here. Carter comes down into the 2 cars, jumps them into the wall. That was a dirty move from the 40 car of Carter Hutchinson, taking our rookie 2 car for a ride. He's going to be using a fast repair for sure. So let's go in car here. Watch Carter Hutchinson. See if he just flat out dumped him. See if he just turns left and puts him into the wall. I'm guessing he probably got a little loose, but you never know. That's why we got the Hutchinson Motorsports cam. All right, we're live. Carter's coming out. Okay, you know, he gets a little loose, gets into the wall. The 2 car, to be fair, didn't give him a lot of room there. So, I mean, honestly, I can see that both ways. 2 car didn't give him much room. Carter didn't want to lift. I don't blame him. See who else was involved in our wreck here. Obviously, the 2 car, the 40 car. Oh, Jesse Becker. Did Jesse Becker catch any of that? Go to our blend here. See the whole track. Oh, he spins the 2. And then you see coming up behind him. Ooh, Cruise car avoids it. 97 avoids it. Bam! 14 gets smoked by the 5 car. So Jesse Becker in the 97 avoids the damage. The 5 car checks up, but just smokes the 14 car. And our 14 car is Carson George, who hasn't had a great day so far. He's had a little bit of problems, but that's all right. Looks like everybody's coming down. Is this the whole field? Let's see if we get to live cam here. All right, yeah, we're live. They're coming out on pit road. Is that Ethan Halsey out front? I believe it was Ethan Halsey taking the lead on pit road, and it was. Bad fast pit stop. Ethan Halsey with EFR makes up some serious ground. Awesome job by the pit crew there. As these guys bunch up, we'll kind of zoom back in. See who's where. Meanwhile, we'll go ahead and bring up of that view is not live. Oh, I'm sorry. The 26 car appears to have stayed out. 26 is Justin Rosima. I'm pretty sure he was on the lead lap, so he should be our new leader. But these guys are just going to be freight training him with fresh tires if he's the only one that stayed out. As they cross the start-finish line, we'll get an updated view on our standings board up here on the top. And again, tonight's race is brought to you by Edwards Racing Setups, the fastest racing setups in iRacing. And not only that, they're free. All right, everybody's crossed. Looks like Rosima is our leader. He has chosen the bottom, which is very interesting. All the other leaders so far have chosen the high side. Ethan Halsey, I'm sure, appreciates that. Basically, has been given the lead on the restart. As long as he gets a good jump, should be able to hop out up front, take that lead spot. Then behind him, in the 71 car, Brianna Lavin. Brianna put on a great show so far. Definitely the class of the field so far. We're 1 lap to green here. We're about to drop the green flag yet again. Hopefully these guys can clean it up. You know, this has been a pretty rough race so far. A lot of cautions. A lot of issues, a lot of people into the wall. But I think these guys are going to figure it out here. Here's our 26 car, the leader currently. But right now it's really looking like the favorites, Brianna Lavin. Been the star of the show again, you know, like I said. Ryan Samara, though, sitting pretty in the second row outside. That's probably the second best spot you'd want to be right now. And right behind him, we got his teammate, JT Tinker, the dirtiest driver in the league. we need to keep an eye on JT. You know, he's been clean so
Green
far,
flag,
but
green
I
flag.
wouldn't be surprised to see him throw somebody in the wall. The 26 gets a great jump. Look clean. Ethan Halsey's dropping like a rock. I was wrong. He knew exactly what he was doing. 26 pulling away. We got a new leader, but not for long. Brianna Lavin is right behind him, and they are bad fast. Pulling down low. Justin has nothing for him with those old tires. Lavin should be by him here by this next corner start here. There he goes. There's the new leader. Ethan Halsey also blows by him, but he might have something for the leader. No, he doesn't. Woo! You see back there, Brian Samara shoots up the track. JT checks up, gets under him. We got a little bit of action back here a little bit. Let's zoom out, see what's going on with the rest of our field. Oh, we got a little bit of 3-wide action there for 4th. And as you can see, the 26 car starting to drop back. Those older tires are showing. You know, he's holding strong, doing a lot better than I expected him to do. Everybody, little drops down the bottom, got a little loose. Again, that old rubber, it's wearing. He's going to continue to drop. He's got nothing for these guys. Staying out, skipping a tire swap is just not an option here. It's just not doable, you know. If you got a green-white checkered, it's not going to work at any time. You know, you got 2 laps. There's just no business staying out there. There goes the 9 car. Franklin Warner, one of the fan favorites. Franklin has just put on a clinic. Never Millen and Gillen, Franklin Warner. He's sitting right where he wants to be. He's just waiting. You know, we're only on lap 24. We're about halfway done with this race. He's got them in their sights. That's all he needs. You just give that man a chance, and he's going to do something. What a great car, though. Is that a Mountain Dew? Yeah, I believe the Mountain Dew signed on for a few races for him. We got to move Jesse Becker dropping underneath Samara. Let's go to Jesse. Bump and run Jesse here. We're going to go live in the cockpit. We got Brian Samara under him right now, I believe. Got a 2-wide battle here for 3rd. Looks like Jesse's just got that preferred line up high. Up high is where it's at here in Michigan. Water might be bad here, but they got a great racetrack. Sliding in there. Look at that. That is a sketchy corner from Jesse Becker. Might be burning up those tires a bit. Skidding it in there, but he's not scared. He's running up front. That's exactly where he wants to be. We're going to go switch it up here. Right now, we're with Jeremy Daniel on board. Jeremy's dropped to 10th. He was in the lead about 10 laps ago or so, but was involved in that accident. Carter just threw him to the wall. Speaking of which, Carter Hutchinson, right here. Whereas Carter is running 8th right now. That's not bad for him. I expected a little worse, so Carter's keeping up. You know, he is a dirt racer. He doesn't race here very often. I believe this is his first time out here in Michigan. We're going to go to the sky in the Hutchinson Motorsports. Wow, look at this turnout. All these fans in the stand. Today's fan count looks like the attendance is at 114,222. That's counting all of our fans in the pits, the RVs, and the stands. We got a ton of people here. Carter Hutchinson, he is looking for a sponsor, so if you own a business out there, want a sponsor, man, let us know. Let's go up front to our leaders here. That is not our leader, but that is Brianna Lavin pulling away like usual, out to a 2nd lead already. I just don't know what the difference is today. If that setup he has is just that much better, or if it's just all in the talent behind it. But there's definitely something that Brianna Lavin has on the field that everybody else just can't find. Ethan Halsey is dropping like a rock. Lavin has gained nearly 0.2 of a second this lap. Ethan gains a lot of it back there, but still going to hold this big lead. Across the start-finish line at about a 1.3 second lead, I'm guessing. Yep. Big lead. 22 to go. These guys are probably have to pit again. Especially if there's a caution, they'll definitely want to come in and get some. Oh, into the wall. Lavin into the wall. That's going to cost them. That's going to cost him some time. Not as much as I expected, though. When you got that much speed, you can afford to tap the wall. Jesse Becker overtakes Ethan Halsey, says, get out of my way, whether you're my teammate or not. I got something to do. Speaking of which, let's swap over here to our bump and run Jesse Becker in-car Hutchinson Motorsports cam. Twitter is blowing up right now after that big pass from Jesse Becker. Crossing over his teammate, Ethan Halsey, EFR teammates, but the fans all want Jesse Becker to get up there. Lavin back into the wall. What is going on? Looks like those tires are starting to fade, and they are just not doing well with it. Jesse Becker's on the gas, catching up 0.7 of a second behind. That's the shortest lead for a while here. Gaining, still gaining, down, brings it down to half
Yellow
a second.
flag is out.
There's a yellow flag. We got a caution. Let's see what happened. Let's go to a rewind here. Oh, the 2-car again is involved. And we got the 5-car. Thankfully, Taylor Litzberg finally misses the caution. Barely. Litzberg is barely out of that 2-car. Oh, no, it was a 26 car. Just gets into the wall. It was those old tires. I'm telling you, the 26 car stayed out that last caution. Wasn't able to hang with the field. Had already dropped back to basically last. And just eventually lost it into the wall. You got old tires. I mean, that's the risk you're going to take. And I guarantee you're going to see some guys come in. Even though it's only been 10 laps or so, you're going to see some of these guys come in and elect to get some of that fresh tires. Today's tire sponsor, Goodyear. Goodyear has been pretty cheap with the sponsorship, so if you own a tire company and you're looking for some promotions, let us know. Because we are just dying to give Goodyear the dunk. See our lineup here. Lavin is lucky that caution came out, honestly. Lavin was dropping like a rock, kept going to the wall. I guarantee that car is damaged, and Lavin will not be coming out first because they're going to have some car damage to repair. And you just have to get, I mean, if you come down pit road, you have to get new tires right now. It's a fool's errand to come down pit road and not get fresh tires. Because we've seen so far what these guys are doing with these new tires. We got the 9 car. There's a 40 car. Carter Hutchinson driving right through a pit stall. The 93 car. 165 does the same. And so does the 2 car. These guys just have no respect. Driving right through pit stalls. They don't care. They just flat out don't care. Here's a 93 car. JT Tinker pulling out of the pits. Looked to have a pretty good pit stop there. Ethan Halsey out front, though. I believe Ethan Halsey's our leader. Oh, I'm sorry. Actually, some guys stayed out. So Ethan Halsey's going to be our... Nope, never mind. Actually, a couple... Brianna Lavin actually came out of pit road first. Brianna must have not gotten tires or something. Or either not repaired the car. They either not repaired the car and got tires, or they repaired the car and didn't get tires. There's no way that they came out first fixing that car. We got the field bunching up. We got 19 to go here. Let's go on board with JT Tinker. JT had some brutal words to say in our broadcast before the race. You know, I could see this man would dump Ethan Halsey in a heartbeat. Ethan's right in front of him, but he better be worried. Oh, thankfully he's above him right now. I would not want to be behind that man because he's on a mission and he's out there to win. You heard it again, folks. I mean, I've said it numerous times. You heard it straight from him. He's out there for one thing, and that one thing is to win. Coming up from the booth, looks like the 14 car spun out as well. Carson George. Carson's had a rough race so far. Hopefully, he can figure something out and get by a few of these guys. In the back, though, we got let's go back a little bit. JT Tinker doing a little swerve for the camera. He knows he's live on TV. We see you, JT. We're gonna go to the back here. Taylor Litzenberger out on pit road, trying to get some of those repairs in. You know, Taylor's been involved in 3 or 4 wrecks already. Guy can't catch a break. Looks like they're jacking the car up, getting some new tires out there. He's rolling out. Hopefully he's fixed the car a bit more and he's able to compete. go on board with the 14 car. 14 cars in the back. In our 12th spot. He's behind that hideous 165 car. Boy, that car is ugly. We're 1 lap to green. We should be going green here soon. Let's go up to our leaders here. I apologize at home for you folks. I'm getting over a little bit of a bug, and my voice is just—it's just not all there. Pace car's dropping in the pits. We're about to go green here. Let's zoom out a tad. See if we can get a clean start from these guys. I'd be impressed.
Green, green, green.
Lavin takes off. Hopefully they figured out the issues. Quits driving into the wall here. Because if they stay out of that wall, I mean, this is a free win for him. That car's just too fast. Best car on the track. Look at that. Yeah, I don't blame him. You know, run a little lower, get away from that wall. Putting on a clinic out here. We got Jesse Becker in the 2 spot. Jesse's trying to catch up. He's not too far back. You know, he's hanging right there because if Lavin gets into the wall again, Jesse's going to be right there to pull off the old bump and run. Ethan, Halsey drops down, throws a little bit of a block there, 4 spot. Aaron. Oh, that's JT Tinker, 4 spot. I apologize. JT Tinker's not dumped anybody yet, but I'm sure it's coming. Wouldn't be surprised. This man will run over his grandma.
The yellow flag is out.
Yellow flag, what do you know? What a rough race for these guys so far. We just cannot get green flag laps. Let's see who the culprit was this time. What is going on here? I have no clue what is going on. Did we miss it? Let's do a little bit of rewind here. It's a one-man show up here. It's a little hard. Oh, okay, we got somebody in the back getting in the wall. We're gonna find it here. We're gonna go to the chopper. 14 car looks to have some issues. Looks like that's our culprit here. Carson George in the 14 car. Green flag goes. Carson George kind of gets spooked by the 26. The 26 didn't really come down that hard. He almost saved it, and of course he finds the 5 car, Taylor Litzenberger. This poor man, he's been dumped into the wall numerous times today. Sometimes, you know, you just can't catch a break. Let's go in car here. See how it feels to be Taylor Litzenberger right now. I'm sure there's some curse words going over the radio right now. He's just minding his business, driving. Sees a 14 car, kind of goes up the track a little bit, and then bam, gets dumped. He's going back in the pits. That's where he's been most of the day, and nothing's going to change. He's going right back in there. Looks like he just towed it in. He's over it. It's going to be a while. He's in the pits. I don't even know if he'll get back out there. He might not. I wouldn't blame him. There's only 14 to go. He's not going to be able to fully repair that. Let's go forward here with Carter Hutchinson. Under caution here. Carter's he's hanging on up there. You know, he's beating a few guys. Not doing too bad. Right now he's in the 10th position. Out of 14 cars. Which isn't bad considering this man was literally just in the booth. He shows up at the track with no intention to race. And as Cody Moore, that's right, Cody Moore was fired on the spot at the track. Cody was actually here to race. And the car owner just straight up fired him. Next thing we know, you know, the phone's ringing up here in the booth. And he asked if Carter Hutchinson brought his racing suit. My God, he did. Carter's going to pull down pit road here. It's actually a very smart move. These guys are in the back. You know, they got nothing to lose. They're going to get some fresh tires and see if they can give some of these leaders the business. Most of our fast cars did not pit. They're still out there. You see Lavin still out in the lead, hanging on. Pretty tough when you're out in the lead with 10 or less to go, you know. You kind of get hung out to dry. You stay out there, and the whole field can come in, and you're just the only one out there with full tires. Thankfully, the rest of the field, most of them stayed out. We're going to have a pretty equal field right here. Slower guys are going to have newer tires. Might help them out a little bit. Might mix up some of these drivers. If we can get some green flag runs. We got 8 cars that stayed out. Let's see who came off the pit road first there. See them coming up. Carter Hutchinson was the second car off the pit road, I believe. Right now, we're going to switch over to our live standings view. Right now, we got Lavin up front, Jesse Becker in second, Ethan Halsey third, JT Tinker in fourth, Brian Samara fifth, Aaron Poplin in sixth. So right now, you're seeing the battle of the teams up front there. You got BCI, 3 cars in the top 6. The BCI cars are JT Tinker, Brian Samara, and Aaron Poplin. And then you got 2 EFR cars, which are in second and third. EFR's had a great showing so far. Andrew Mai looks to be a lap down. I haven't really seen what's been going on with the 20 car. Let's pop over and see. 20 cars on pit road.
Green, green,
We're
green.
going green. Oh, I'm sorry, we're not live. Sorry about that. I am a full lap behind. There we go, we're live. Ran 11, out front, Jesse Becker in second, JT Tinker third. And it looks like the 93 car, JT Tinker, with a run, getting by Jesse Becker, might have something for the leader. Look at this run. What is going on? Has he been saving that all race? Throws it in turn, comes out a little slow, but he's hanging on. He's right underneath our leader, Lavin. We got 12 laps to go. We're getting down to the nitty-gritty here. Looks to be dropped back. You know, that high side is just so much faster. 93 car came off as a rocket ship and almost gets in the Becker there. You got a little mix. 93 shooting up, get to that preferred line. Jesse Becker's gonna drop down. No bump and run this time. Ethan Halsey right behind him in the 4th spot. We got Aaron Poplin in that 63 car. The Hooters 63 car. BCI team hanging on strong there. Switch over here. Our Hutchinson Motorsports broadcast in the infield. Ethan Halsey, that car is looking good. Trying to get a run here. We got 10 laps to go. 10 to go. With our top 5 all pretty close. Brian Samara sneaking in there. He's catching him. He's trying that low line. The low line looks to be fast going in, but coming out loses a little bit of speed. But he's definitely catching his teammate, the 63 car. We're going to see if there's a little bit of team orders here. If the car owner of Brian Samara makes him maybe move over. Or he may not even have to make him move over. He's that much faster. We got a little bit of a battle, though, for second between the 93 and the 97 car. Let's go on board here. Watch these two. They've been side by side for a while. Nobody's giving an inch right now. 97, Jesse Becker. JT Tinker, the most hated driver on our Twitter polls. Twitter is just blowing up right now. JT Tinker is not well liked, and to be honest, 97 and Jesse Becker is probably our most liked driver. So we got the least like and the most like right here. We're gonna see what happens. Oh, JT Tinker into the wall. He's gonna lose a position, or is he? He might hang on. No, I think 97's gonna get by him here. But it's all about if he's able to get up to that high line. Looks like Lavin's kind of dropping back just a tad, losing some of that lead he had. 97, Jesse Becker pulls up. Oh, we got a little bit of a battle here. Brian Samara is on a run. Is up to 4th. believe he was just in 6th a lap or two ago. Oh, with that 93 into the wall, as well as the 97. I think these guys are, they're going for it right now with 8 laps to go. They're giving it all it has. Everybody keeps getting to the wall. Lavin's gonna pull away. Brian Samara looks to be the fastest car in there. It looks like Lavin's in the wall. Pulled a Chastain there. Half the corner is into the wall. These guys are really losing grip right now, and you can tell. These older tires, they're fading. Ethan Halsey is trying to get on a run there. He is sick of waiting. He's sick of watching these guys get into the wall. He's ready to go by them. The only one that hasn't gone on the wall lately is Brian Samara, who's been running that low line. The low line does not look as bad as it had earlier. Speaking of which, we're going to go on board Brian Samara, who's on a run. He's on a mission for that leader, Ryan Lavin. Look at that low line. Just going in is just so much faster. Coming out, you're going to lose a little bit of momentum. But he definitely gained more than he lost there, it looked like. He's really burning those tires up, though, giving it all it has. You hear him swerving there, in car with the Hutchinson Motorsports cam and microphone. You can just, oh, he almost loses it. You can just tell he is giving it all she has. Comes out sideways. He's driving like a dirt driver right now. He's going to throw a slider up there.
The yellow flag is out.
The yellow flag's out. It looks like this tire wear is really hurting these guys. Let's see what happens. Previous crash here. Oh, and it looks to be Carter Hutchinson loses it. Somebody get into him, or let's see what happened here. Oh, it wasn't his fault. We're going to go in here. 14 car. Seems to be a theme here. The 2 car and the 14 car seem to be involved in just about every wreck. 14 looked to just get a little sideways going in. You know, to be fair, a lot of drivers have been going sideways. The tires are wearing. Gets sideways. 2 car kind of checks up a little bit. 14 gets back sideways. Loses it. Comes back up the track. I don't know why he didn't just go down in the infield. But as he did, you see Carter Hutchinson go for a ride, and the 26 car got dumped. 26 car, hopefully he's got a fast repair. His night's over with. Carter Hutchinson, I assume, has a fast repair. Hasn't really been involved in wrecks. We're going to see what happens here. As our cars pull down pit road here soon, we're gonna get back to the live action. There's 4 laps to go. Looks like we're gonna get a green-white checkered. I bet these guys come in. I mean, honestly, with the way the race has been going, you have to go in and get 4 fresh tires. If you sit out there, you're sitting duck. These guys got old tires. Anybody that stays out is just going to get mowed down by. And you're going to see him come down pit road. If you stay out, you're not going to win this race. I can promise you, folks. And smartly, all of our leaders come down. They know better.
How's it going? I'm back in the booth here.
Well, we got Carter Hutchinson. Looks like his night is over after that wreck. What happened there?
So Carson George, he just got a little loose and went up the track, hit the guy, and I was just an innocent bystander.
Yeah, well,
And then on my way to pit road, I blew it up.
Oh, you blew it up going down the pit road?
Yeah.
Were you out of fast repairs there, or?
I had one more, but I couldn't even make it back.
Yeah, well, if Carter could have made it down the pit road, his car would have been good to go. But and looks like pulling out Aaron Poplin. I think he took 2 tires. He came out way faster than everybody.
I'll check.
I guarantee he took 2 tires because he just passed.
Yeah, he did. That might be the pitch strategy of the night.
You know, it's a great move for position, but honestly, just from up here in the booth, seeing
tires is. Well, me being in the car, literally 5 laps in, your car is so much slower.
So I'm just gonna assume he's not gonna have anything for Lavin. Lavin's gonna blow by him with 4 fresh tires.
Yeah, Lavin's very, very good in these cars.
But don't count out Brian Samara. Brian Samara out of nowhere, he was running that low line and he was burning his tires up. But I'm sure he's happy to see that caution come out because I guarantee those tires were burned up more than anybody else.
Looks like we're gonna have a green-white checkered.
Yes,
man,
sir.
I'm glad I ran up into the booth.
It was crazy how quick he got up here, but we appreciate the dedication.
Always.
You know what? So what do you think? Being out on that track, seeing what you saw out there, what do you have to tell our viewers?
Man, I'm telling you what, the top is dominant. Like I tried the bottom and it sucks. Like I just didn't like it. 1 and 2, if you're gonna see any moves here at the end, 1 and 2 is the only time you're gonna see a pass through the bottom, I think.
Yeah, and I guarantee you're going to see Brian Samara drop down there and try to get this lead. Because he's actually been running the bottom. He's really been the only one that's been, semi-decent down there.
3 and 4, I don't see anyone having a chance on the bottom. I really don't.
What's going on? A little bit of rubbing action in the back, it looks like.
Yeah, a lot of people not happy tonight.
That 26 car, that guy's been in a lot of wrecks today.
A lot of guys, I was listening, not very happy with him.
Yep, and I imagine the 14 car as well. 14's been all over the place today.
Oh yeah, 14 always a troubling institution.
He's not well liked. Our radio control people. Oh, it looks like the 26 car. They just ripped the front bumper off, and they said get out there and make some laps. He's out here for points. Look at that.
I like to see it. I like to see the dedication.
Oh, I love it.
Those
a lot of these
those
guys,
team guys, I mean, they're just here to have a good time.
A lot of these guys, you got the BCI cars. There's a lot of money behind that team. That team just throwing money at these cars, and honestly, it works. These guys are always up front, but it's great to see these individuals out here just trying to make a run.
It's great to see this week Aaron Poplin here on he had a rough weekend last week. He's doing good today.
Oh yeah, Aaron
Green flag, green
had a
flag.
pretty good run today.
All right, we're green.
We're green.
Oh, we got looks like Brian's trying to make 3 wide back there.
I'm telling you, Brian Samara, he's gonna be on a mission. He's not gonna wait. That man is gonna go. We're 3 wide. Well, that's gonna slow Lavin down. All right, Lavin gets by him, but he's still down low underneath Halsey. Oh, coming up the track, almost took out Halsey.
I don't know how he didn't hit him there.
What a great move. Lavin can't get to the top.
Brian is just trying to go. Brian is just
Brian
going.
drops down. What a move.
Oh my gosh, Brian is flying
Brian
right
Samara
now.
got his teammate out front. JT.
Lavin is trying all he can, but oh my.
But don't count
Brian might win this.
Ethan Halsey to the outside. I think Ethan Halsey's going to take the lead. White flag.
White flag.
The white flag.
Brian
Ethan
is
Halsey's
flying.
in the lead. He's in the preferred line. We got
Brian sideways. He's keeping it straight. Brian, he just dumped him. He just dumped him.
Oh, to be fair though.
Gosh.
Oh, and Ethan Halsey loses it. Oh man. We're
Who is going to win this?
We're racing to the checkered. We are racing to the checkered.
Aaron Poplin?
Aaron Poplin.
With the stop of the night.
Jesse Becker. He's on a mission. Can Jesse do it? Jesse
the dive move.
What a move. Up top. And your winner. Aaron Poplin. What a
With
finish.
the stop of the night. Wow, that was impressive.
Jesse Becker.
I'm glad I saw that here in the booth.
Oh, Jesse Becker threw a hell of a deep. Fake down low, shoots up high.
Man.
Aaron Poplin saw it coming, goes up high, wins the race. What the move of the night is Aaron Poplin going into the pits, taking 2 tires. What a move.
Oh my, that was awesome. That was probably one of the best finishes I've seen.
Oh my, what a finish. And Aaron Poplin really lucked out with all those guys in the back. All those guys right behind him, they were battling for position.
I bet Aaron Poplin excited after the rough night he had.
Oh,
let's bring him in here.
Hang on. We're going to watch the burnout live. Oh no, did he just tow it in? What happened?
No. He's doing burnouts right now.
Where's he at? I'm missing it. Oh, he's out on the trail. Sorry, my thing's not working here. What's his number? Here he is.
63.
All right, Aaron Poplin. There's your winner with his teammate behind him in the 93. Here shortly, we're going to bring up all 3 BCI drivers because these guys are just dominating this series. Just incredible.
Oh yeah, JT finishing 3rd. I didn't even realize.
3rd. Jesse Becker though almost snuck out a win, and Franklin Warner was real quiet, but he finishes 4th. Pretty solid run for Franklin. Quiet day, but 4th place finish.
First, let's talk to Aaron Poplin, the winner of tonight's race.
So first, we're going to pull up Aaron Poplin here in the booth, and then afterwards we're going to bring up his teammates.
Aaron Poplin, it's Carter in the booth here. You got coffee?
I got you loud and clear.
Man,
What
after a
the
rough
move?
weekend. Hey, after a rough weekend last week, you come back and you win this. You know, that was an amazing pit stop. What do you got to say about that?
Well, I knew I wasn't going to get enough track position on the track there with only 2 laps to go, so I figured I'd take my shot at 2 tires. And that car was real loose coming out there. Only both the last 2 laps there. I think I threw that block a little bit late there on Ethan, but I mean,
it's the
going for the win.
Oh, I don't
that's what
blame you there. I
happens.
mean, honestly, that's a clean block right there, in my opinion. It's the last lap, and it wasn't early. I mean, you definitely gave him some time. Now, tell us about that. The thought process going into the pits. You were the only car to take 2 tires, and it's crazy that it worked out the way it did.
Yeah, I hadn't tried 2 tires at all, but I figured there was no way I was going to make up 5 spots, even with a good restart. So I figured just 2 tires, why not? I should be able to come out first, and luckily I had the pit stall and the track position to make that work.
And you know, the thing that really helped you is those guys, those 4 cars behind you, really, they were all side by side, going 3 wide, really slowed them down, and it just allowed you to get a little bit of a lead that you needed.
Yeah, that was nice seeing that in the rearview mirror. Like, all right, I'm at least going to get something good out of this.
Well, Aaron, congratulations on the win. We're gonna bring the rest of your team in here because it's just been a dominant BCI 2 races here.
It's a good way to start the season.
All right,
BCI.
JT, and Brian, how's it going, guys?
Oh, what's going on?
Brian, we knew you were fast there at the end. You probably had the biggest chance of winning that race. Man, what just happened there?
Well, I think if we hadn't had that last caution, I probably would have been pretty good. I felt like I was faster than 71. But then going on there with the white flag there, it jumped out on me, and 71 decided he was going to drive through me. So I remember that.
Oh.
Wow. Okay. Not very liked there. Now, JT, you know, you got a little people talking on Twitter this week. You finished with a 3rd place though. You can't. I mean, that a BCI 1 and 3. I mean, you can't help that.
I'm stoked once again. P1 for BCI, P3. Unfortunately, Brian got 9th. Been awesome if we could have got him a 6th. We could have repeat last week's results. But you know, I'll take a 3rd. I'm super stoked for Aaron. I was telling him to throw that block on coming out of turn 2, and he did. And I hit Ethan. I probably had something for Aaron. I wasn't gonna push the button with Aaron. Anyone else, I'll definitely rattle the cage. But when it took off the nose, I had nothing. Jesse blew right by me. I really wish I could have got up there with Jesse. Try to get that 1-2. It is what it is. I do want to say earlier in the race, the 2, I really did not appreciate that early caution with the 2. He gave me absolutely no room going into 1. And I'll remember that. I'll definitely remember that.
I definitely saw that up here. The 2 car wasn't given much room all day, but you know, I mean, he did what he had to do, and he actually took home a 5th place spot, which isn't bad being a nobody.
I mean, that's true, but you know, early on in these races, I'm aggressive. I'm the most aggressive there comes. But you can't make moves like that. My boss man was on the right side. I almost took him out. It caused Taylor to get incidents. Like, I'm coming for you. Just watch out, number 2.
Well, guys, you know, congrats on the win, Aaron. After a rough week last week, I'm glad you're here in the 1st place spot here.
It feels good. It's been a long time since I was in victory lane, and then somehow I go back-to-back races. Be it IndyCar and the stock cars, but it's been a nice week.
Yeah, well, but before you guys go, I want to see a triple BCI burnout out there.
Yeah, we can do that one here.
Let's
See what
fire
guys still
them
got
up.
an engine.
Let's junk the rest of those tires.
Let's go.
And there it is, folks. What the folks on Twitter wanted to see, and they're tearing up equipment, but it doesn't matter because money is no object at BCI. These guys are just throwing money out the window. They don't care.
Oh, my engine ain't have much left there.
Oh, someone blew it up.
That's all right. I'll just roll back in the victory lane here.
63 car, Aaron Poplin blowing it up afterwards. You're welcome for that.
Well,
Back in
guys,
the victory lane.
one more thing. You guys got anybody you'd like to thank?
Well, I gotta thank Hooters and Grueling here. 2 tastiest beverages they know.
Yes, sir.
Aaron's got that Valvoline sponsorship on there. I got Pennzoil on my car. JT's got Mr. M. He's got a thing. You know, we got all
Mr.
the oil
M.
companies covered.
I want to say thank you so much, Mr. M. I love Big Oil. They do great things for our economy and great things for the environment. I really do appreciate everything they do. And once again, I just want to say thank you, Mr. Am, for that amazing last minute sign last week. 2 third-place finishes. Thank you so much.
Well,
Great
guys,
job, guys.
great job. Aaron, another congratulations there.
Very much.
That was BCI, folks. No, and we got a couple more minutes. Let's go ahead and pull up one of our stars today, Brianna Lavin, who was just bad fast all day and just it's kind of a tough break there at the end for him.
Well, let's bring in the second place guy first. Okay.
Oh,
Bro,
yes, sir.
Brianna, you got a copy?
I do have a copy.
Well, you were pretty dominant this whole race until the end. What happened there?
With keeping my tongue very respectful, we just didn't get a good restart for certain circumstances, and it was just a painful 2 laps. But this Godaddy Chevrolet was probably the best I've ever had at Michigan in these cars, and I can't thank my guys and 5150 for the race they put on and what you guys do in the booth, and it's a real opportunity that I'm grateful for, and just wasn't our day.
Well, there were some things said about you, and a quote from Brian Samara that he will remember that.
Oh, if he wants to remember it for getting a bump and I just had nowhere to go, I mean, if it's personal for him, he can cry all he wants. I'm not here to make enemies, and I'm just here to have fun, and, it's their call to be angry about it, and we'll move on to next week.
Brianna Lavin taking the high road, biting their tongue, and doing a great job out there today. Great job, and better luck next week.
Thank you. We appreciate this broadcast and for all you do.
Thank you, Brianna.
You're welcome.
Well,
Next up, we got Bump and Run Jesse Becker, who put on a show there at the end. I really thought you were going to come down with the win there, Jesse. Walk us through that last lap.
Well, coming out of turn 2, carnage occurs in front of me. And next thing I know, I'm staring at the back end of a car that I knew just took 2 tires. And I'm like, my chances are looking really good here. And I thought I was going to have the momentum out of 4, but he was barely able to stay ahead of me there.
Now, whenever you went low initially and he went for the block, was it your plan all along to shoot back up high, or did you just kind of naturally shoot up?
That was the idea. I knew he was going to try to block as soon as I went low, so the plan was to get him to go low and try to get him high, but I thought I was going to have more momentum than I did.
now, Jesse, you and Brianna seem like the only people that's had anything for these BCI guys. What do you got to say about that?
All those guys over there, they're really fast. Brianna's quick all night. She had an unfortunate restart at the end, and I was really hoping Ethan was gonna get it because he was battling up there, and unfortunately he just kind of got washed up in 2 out of 2, and that's kind of what caused all that junk. So that's unfortunate, but somebody's got to win, and I think that's BCI 2 in a row, so we got to kind of put a stop to that next week.
Yeah, and so can you walk us through what happened with your teammate of Andrew Mai? He seemed to have a rough day out there.
I haven't seen any of it for myself. I've heard it was a rough night. I didn't really see him much all race. But everybody has bad races once in a while. He's fast in a lot of places, but as you know, we kind of threw this together. So.
Well, great job out there today, Jesse. You almost pulled it off. Twitter was really pulling for you there, and unfortunately, Aaron just held you off with a good block at the end.
With being 5/100ths of a second off of first, that's a pretty good second. So.
Well, Jesse, it seemed like you were the close second all race. Is there anybody you'd like to thank here?
I'd like to thank you guys for doing this broadcast. It's really cool that you guys can come in and do this. I'd like to thank everybody over at EFR. You guys, when you're not broadcasting, Ethan, Andrew, Jesse Carr for Next Gen. bunch of great guys, and Edwards Racing setups for other tracks we go to. I know this wasn't one of their setups, but they have good stuff.
Of course. Do you like to shout out your Twitch you got going on right now?
Twitch.tv/the1JBZ if anyone ever wants to see my side of these races, if I'm not too lazy to stream.
Well, thank you, Jesse. It was great racing with you. As I was one of your teammates today, and I blew it up.
You
Thank you.
went out in style. That's all we can say.
If you ain't trying if you don't wreck it, you know.
You know,
Well,
the bill might be big, but it'll be all right.
we got the money. Well, thank you, Jesse.
Catch you later.
Well, let's bring in one more guy. That one guy that seemed like he got dumped at the end. Let's bring in Ethan Halsey.
Yes, sir.
Ethan Halsey, how's it going?
Good, good.
So, what happened there at the end? It looked like you got junked.
Yeah, ran a fantastic race. Was up front all day. I really don't know what happened. Just poor hitbox on the car. I jumped up like an open wheel car when I hit his corner, which that's not how NASCARs roll. I think it's just these cars probably aren't updated very often, just an outdated hitbox. And that ended up screwing me. Sucks because I had a fantastic car. Gonna have to settle with 10th, but at least with some stage points, the blow won't be too bad.
Well, very unfortunate. You looked good all day. Blake, you got anything?
Oh no, I don't have much more. Ethan said it best there. You know, he really had a run going in on that last run, and I really thought you had something for Aaron. Since he had 2 tires, you had 4, but unfortunately, he just got caught up in that wreck, and not much you can do about it.
Yeah, at the end of the day, that was the position I had him in, the line I was in. That was my race to lose. I'm pretty sure I had him. Unfortunately, iRacing disagreed, and well, I'm the one in the inside wall, and he's the one doing burnouts. So that's just it is how it is. It is what it is. Nothing I can do about it. It just sucks.
Now, one question before you go. Now, does BCI have deeper pockets than EFR?
Well, obviously, all the budgets are, they're not the most public matter. EFR is a very well-funded team. I mean, we're mad fast in the Donut Box Truck Series. We're very good there, and usually we're pretty fast all around. I'd say we're probably about equal when it comes to funding, and I think it showed today. We were right up there with them. They were right up there with us. All our teammates were really fast, so I try to do my best to give all my teammates, Andrew May and Jesse Becker, I try to give them the best cars possible, best pit crews possible, and they definitely turned out today. We were very fast.
Well, I guess I get screwed.
Oh yes, and you, Dominic. I won't forget about you.
Yeah, I felt pretty good in the car today, and I blew it up.
Well,
Yeah, you're running up there in the lead briefly. You got some laps led. That's awesome, man. That's good to run up front.
Yeah, well, unfortunately, the 40 car ran out of talent tonight.
Well, I think some other people did. Well, we thank you, Ethan, for joining us. Anybody like to say, shout out, anything?
I'd like to thank my teammates back at EFR, Jesse and Andrew, and yourself. Obviously, without them, this series and iRacing in general would be a lot less fun. It's great to have teammates, great to have a nice atmosphere. I'd like to thank all the guys at 5150, Franklin Warner, Taylor Lissenberger for putting on this show every week. They do a fantastic job. And looking forward to Charlotte next week.
Well, we thank you for all that you do. I appreciate you coming out here all the way to Michigan and being a great team support. We'll see you next week.
Yeah, see you next week, guys.
Good luck. That was Ethan Halsey with EFR. You know, Ethan's really caught a tough break these last 2 weeks. You know, he was this close to winning both races. Last week he still finished second, but this week not as lucky. Brings home a what place finish? 10th place finish. Wow, and that's just a shame. You know, Ethan was really running up front all race long.
I mean, last week's winner finished 9th, so I mean the points are going to be pretty tight.
Oh yeah, we're definitely gonna have a mix up in points. I bet Aaron Poplin and JC Tinker will be up there in points for sure.
Well, Blake, I appreciate you letting me hop back in this broadcast after I junked the car. It's been an eventful night.
Yeah, well, we appreciate all our viewers at home. You know, tonight's race, it was kind of rough at times. We had a lot of cautions, but what a great finish, and we appreciate our viewers and all of our sponsors, Hutchinson Motorsports, Edwards Racing Setups, and 5150 for throwing on this awesome series. In the booth, I'm Blake Hutchinson.
I'm Carter Hutchinson.